Hello student. Want to score an easy 5 marks in CBSE Entrepreneurship Board exam? Then don't skip this video. But first, let me ask you a question that confuses almost every student. At break-even point, total revenue equals total cost. So does that mean entrepreneur earns zero profit? If your answer is yes, you are making the same mistake that thousands of students make in the board exam. In the next few minutes, I'll clear this confusion, teach you the complete break-even point concept, and show you the easiest 5-step method to solve every break-even point numerical. And trust me, watch full video. You will be expert in break-even point after the end of this video. After this video, this entire 5-mark topic will become one of the easiest chapters in the entrepreneurship. So let's begin.
In class 11 also you have done your break-even point. In class 11, the break-even point you discussed was in case of one product, where the seller was selling only one product, and there you said break-even point is equal to total fixed cost, which is given to you in the question, divided by gross margin. Now keep it in your mind that gross profit, gross margin and contribution per unit are one and the same. But how this gross margin is calculated? This gross margin is equal to unit price minus unit cost. As its name is suggesting you, unit price is the price of one product, selling price of one product, and unit cost is the cost of one product, and unit cost is the variable cost. Keep it in your mind. Sometimes in place of unit cost, variable cost can also be written there. So in case of break-even point, when we have to calculate it in one product, means seller is selling only one product, then we calculate it by dividing total fixed cost with gross margin. Now students ask me the question, ma'am, whether this break-even point is for a day, for a month or for a year. That depends upon the total fixed cost. If the total fixed cost which is given to you, it is given for a day, then your break-even point will be for a day. And the value of break-even point is in units. And if break-even point, if total fixed cost is given for a month, then your break-even point the answer of break-even point will also be in months. If it is given for a year, if your total fixed cost is given for a year, then break-even point will also be in year. So, which means if your break-even point for month is, let's say 4,000 units, it implies that you have to sell 4,000 units in a month to cover your cost. If you sell more than 4,000, if you get successful in selling more than 4,000, then you will earn profit. You are bound to earn profit. And if you are not successful in selling 4,000 or you sell less than 4,000, then you will bear the losses. So this is how we calculated break-even point in case of class 11. Let's move to class 12 now. Now let's understand how to calculate break-even point in class 12. First of all, the difference between class 11 and class 12 is, in class 11, you calculated break-even point in case of one product. In class 12, you calculate break-even point in case of multiple products, where the seller is selling multiple products. For example, a departmental store, it sells lentils, soap, grocery, everything, So in case of multiple products, and that's the reality. In reality, every seller sells multiple products. Let's say a seller is selling 3 products, A, B and C, and we ask you calculate break-even point of these 3 products. Then students told me, ma'am, it's very simple. I said, why? They said, ma'am, it's very simple. What do? You take TFC of product A and divide it with the gross profit of product A. Then you take TFC of product, TFC means total fixed cost, of product B and divide it by gross profit of B. Then you take total fixed cost of product C and divide it by gross profit of product C. This is how you can have break-even point of A, break-even point of B and break-even point of C. Perfect answer. This is absolutely right. Exact, perfect logic. This is possible only if this TFC of each product is given to you. You can do this only if TFC of product A TFC of product B and TFC of product C is given to you. Agree? What if this total fixed cost is given to you in total? It's given to you in total, which means instead of giving you separate total fixed cost for A, B and C, I give you total fixed cost of making A, B and C is, let's say, rupees 2 lakh. Then what will you do? Agree? So, very simple, very simple. Let's understand what we'll do in that case. In class 12, this topic is of 5 marks, and you will definitely get this question in your board exam for 5 marks. And for 5 marks, in this question, there are 5 steps, which means 1 mark for each step. 1 mark for each step. Let's calculate it now. To understand this concept, we'll do it with the example. Then it will be easy for you to make the perform of it. Let's see. Write down a question with me. Total fixed cost is rupees 2 lakh. And let's say there are 3 products, product A, product B and product C. Unit price, which is the selling price of 1 unit, we know this. Unit price is, let's say, rupees 10, rupees 15 and rupees 20. Unit cost, which means cost of 1 unit, that is 5, 10 and 15. One more item be given to you in the question, and that is sales mix. Very simple concept. Let's say in this question, sales mix given to you is 20%, 20% and 60%. What is the meaning of this sales mix? What exactly is given to us? This sales mix means the proportion in which total sales are done, which means, let's say, out of my total sales, 20% sales are of product A, 20% sales are of this product B and 60% sales are of product C. This is the meaning of sales mix. The proportion in which various products are sold is called sales mix. Now this is the question given to you. Let's solve it. As I said you, 5 mark question, 5 steps, and 100% this question will be in your board exams. Let's come to this now. Let's solve it. The first step. In the first step, we have to calculate, very simple, gross profit. So here I'll write down calculation of gross profit. That is calculation of gross profit. How to calculate it? Gross profit or gross margin or contribution per unit. Let's write down product A, B and C. Unit price 10, 15, 20. Unit cost 5, 10, 15. So what we'll do? We know the formula of gross profit or gross margin, which is unit price minus unit cost. Gross margin 10 minus 5, 5 and 5. So this is your first step is completed. So here you get your full 1 mark. Full 1 mark. Now let's move to the next step. Step 2. Step 2. If the fixed cost of each product would have been given to us, then the step 2 means just take the fixed cost of product A divided with the unit gross profit of product A. Take the fixed cost of product B and divided with the fixed profit of product B. Take the fixed cost of product C and divided with the margin of product C. But we are not given here the fixed cost of each product. What we are provided with, the total fixed cost of all these 3 products. So what I have to do now? I have to take the average of these profit and combine them. What I'll do? Let's see the second step. Second step is calculation of, as I said you, what I'll do? I'll take the average of all these. What are these? These are contribution per unit. I told you gross margin or contribution per unit. So let's see. Calculation of weighted average gross margin. Understand this word now. Why weighted? Weighted means because I will weight, means value the profit of each of these in reference to the sales mix. Average, then I'll add all these weighted values. What I'll be adding? This weighted gross margin. So let's see. First of all, I'll calculate weighted average gross margin of product A. What is the formula? Gross margin of product A multiplied by sales mix of product A. Gross margin of product A multiplied by sales mix of product A. Let's see. So what is the gross margin of product A? 5 multiplied by sales mix of product A, 20. How much I'll get? 1 rupee 1. Now weighted average gross margin of product B. Students, I will not suggest you to write on WAGM, that is weighted average gross margin. I will suggest you to write on full form, because sometime during the board examination checking, some of the checkers, evaluators, sometimes they just object over it that why child has written WAGM. So I will suggest you to write on full term, weighted average gross margin. So WAGM of product B is, but during practice you can do that. Gross margin of B multiplied by sales mix of B. So what is the gross margin of B? 5 and sales mix is 20 of B. 5 multiplied by 20. Again I got rupee 1. Next is weighted average gross margin of product C. Again the formula is gross margin of C multiplied by sales mix of C. So what is the weighted average gross margin of C? 5 multiplied by sales mix of C is given to you 60. So what is the total? Total is 5. This total is the average. So what I will call it? Weighted average gross margin. Why I calculated it? Because I have total fixed cost here, and I know in break-even point we divide total fixed cost with the profit. Now I don't know with which profit should I divide it. Should I divide this fixed cost with profit of A? Should I divide it with fixed cost with profit of B? Or should I divide this fixed cost with profit of C? What should I do? I don't know. So what I'll do, we take the average of all the 3 profits. Here it comes, weighted average gross margin. Now let's move to step 3. I hope this step 2 is clear to you. If it's not clear to you, write down in the comment. I'll re-explain it to you on your personal chat. Then step 3. Here comes the step 3. What is step 3 says here? It is simple. Now it's very simple. Calculate. Now let's calculate break-even point. Break-even point in units. So formula is again same, the one formula which we have done. Total fixed cost. Earlier we used to write down in class 11, we used to write down gross margin, but now we'll write down weighted average gross margin. So total fixed cost is given to you 2 lakhs here. 2 lakh. And weighted average gross margin is rupees 5. How much it is? 40,000. So I say that person, you sell 40,000 units, your cost will be covered. Right? That you sell 40,000 units, your cost will be covered. Now that person says, ma'am, 40,000 of which product? Product A, product B or product C? Which product should I sell 40,000? Person's question is right. I said, no, 40,000 in total. But then person says, okay ma'am, in total also about what? Means still you need to tell me how many units of product A, how many units of product B and how many units of product C. Oh yeah, that person is right. So let's come ahead and let's move to step 4. Here we'll calculate break-even point for each unit, each product. What do I have to do? I have total value with me. I just have to divide this total value into 3 parts. Very simple. So calculate break-even point in units of each product. Each product. So first of all, let's calculate break-even point of A. Very simple. Total break-even point multiplied by, we have this magic thing with us, and that magic is your sales mix. Sales mix, you remember? Number of units sold, of the proportion in which various products are sold. How much of product A is selling? 20%. So break-even point of product, break-even point multiplied by sales mix of product A. What is the break-even point? 40,000. This is multiplied by sales mix of product A is 20% given to you in the question. 20%. 4,000 units of product A. Now break-even point of product B. Again, break-even point total multiplied by sales mix of product B. How much is total break-even point? 40,000. This 40,000 and sales mix of product B, what we did? 20%. So let's take 20% multiplied by 20%. How much it is? Sorry, this was 8,000. 4 2 is 8. This is again 8,000. Now break-even point of C. Break-even point, total break-even point multiplied by sales mix of product C. Break-even point is 40,000 multiplied by, what is the value of this? 60%? 60 upon 100. 24,000. Now do its total. You should do its total. Its total should be 40,000. This way you can check that whether your step 4 is right or wrong. Fine? Because total is 40,000. So what you have done, you have just divided this 40,000 into 3 parts. You said, ma'am, out of this 40,000, I'm telling you now, sell 8,000 units of product A, sell 8,000 units of product B, and sell 24,000 units of product C. You are in, your cost will be covered. I said, well and good. Now let's move next. अब मैंने कहा, you need to do one more thing. You tell me, can you tell me because total revenue and total cost is in rupees. Can you tell me that how much money will I get when this break-even point is covered? I said yes. So let's calculate last step. So here, by doing this step, you got 1 mark. By doing this step, you will get another 2nd mark. By doing this step, 3rd mark. And this is 4 marks. So you have already scored 4 marks. Step 5. Calculate break-even point in rupees. In rupees. To calculate break-even point in rupees, what I have to do? We have to calculate break-even point of each product in rupees. BEP of A in rupees. Formula is BEP of A multiplied by unit price of A. So what is BEP of A? 8,000. 8,000 units multiplied by unit price of A. What is unit price of A here? 10. It is all the things are given in your question. Unit price of A is 10. So how much it is? How much you will get? Rupees 80,000 by selling product A. Break even point of B in rupees. So break even point of B multiplied by unit price of B. Break even point of B you calculated here was 8,000 and unit price of B is given in your question. Again it is 15 multiplied by 15 rupees. How much you will get? $1,20,000. Now break even point of C in rupees. So what's the formula? Break even point of C multiplied by unit price of C. What was the break even point of C? 24,000 multiplied by unit price of C. 20. See, it is given here unit price of C is 20. So it is 4,80,000. Let's do its total. How much it is? It is 6,80,000. So total break even point in rupees is 6,80,000. So in your board exams, if this question comes for 5 marks, then you have to calculate till this. You have to show all these 5 steps. So this is how we calculate break even point. Now let's do one practice question. You solve that question with me now. Write on the question. The question is written on the screen. You can check it from there. In this question, TFC is rupees 2,70,000 and A, B, C. There are 3 products. Unit price of A is 15, B is 25, C is 18. Unit cost is, here it is 9. Let's say for B let's take 15 and for C let's take 13 and here we'll take 5. I'm making this question right now for you. So sales proportion or sales mix, let's say it is given to you 30%, 50% and 20%. So solve it now. Start solving it and write down your answer in the comment box fast. Write down. Let's do the step 1 first. What was the step 1? Calculate gross profit. How to calculate? Product A, B and C. Unit price 15, 25, 18. Unit cost 5, 15, 13. So how much is the gross profit or gross margin? 10, 10 and 5. Done. So we are through with step 1. Let's do step 2. What is step 2? Calculate weighted average gross margin. So weighted average gross margin, remember the formula? First of all, we have to calculate weighted. We have to calculate weighted average gross margin of A. So that is gross margin of A 10. You have to write down the formula here, okay? I'm not writing down, but you have to write down. 10 into 30. What is 30? 30% is your sales mix. So it is 3. Weighted average gross margin of B 10 multiplied by B's sales mix is 50. 5. Weighted average gross margin of C, it is 5. And its sales mix is 20. 1. So how much I get here? 9. 9 is my weighted average gross margin. Now let's come to step 3. What we have to do? Calculate break-even point. And we know the formula of break-even point. It is total fixed cost divided by weighted average gross margin. Total fixed cost is given to you 2,70,000 and weighted average gross margin is 9. So how much value you are getting? 30,000 units. Now in step 4, you know what you have to do. To calculate break-even point of A, B and C in units. In step 5, you have to write down, calculate break-even point of A, B, C in rupees. Now these two you calculate and let me know in the comment how much is your answer. Comment in the comment box your answer. There is one assignment uploaded in this description box. Take out that assignment of break-even point and solve it. That will help you to see whether you have understood the concept or not. If it's still not clear to you, write down in the comment. I'll let you know some other way to get it. Thank you.